Now we are.
Yeah, I gotta get the link
Yep.
if you want to do intro and all that.
Yep. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to week 4, I want to say.
Yep, week 4.
Week 4 of the Draft League plays. Things have been quite a turn of events recently, and we apologize for last stream, which was, spotty.
Quite the hassle.
Quite the hassle.
It was,
But we got everything under control, and honestly, we know that there's going to be... We hope that there's going to be no issues this time. But that being said, let's go into this. I'm looking at these teams, and I'm seeing some absolute powerhouses. I'm seeing Zard X that has been an appearance every single time with Dakota, for good reason, too. I'm seeing Incineroar. I'm seeing Garchomp. Heck, I'm seeing, like, the King of Tailwind right now in Mega Aerodactyl. And I'm just seeing good stab damage with hazards included and Stoneaxe from that Cleavor. And I just want to see what you think of all of this.
Yeah, no. So I like starting out with team previews each week. These are two teams that are really trying to compete this season. They got really lucky in the draft in terms of where they got placed this season. And as a result, they just had really, really good teams. And to make it even better, I believe the Twin Leaf Titans actually traded over Milotic and Ninetales to the Lampant just yesterday. Or was it this morning?
Just yesterday that we did. And what we gave them was both on the team right now in Milotic and Ninetales. So I'd love to see what they're doing with them. I'm honestly looking at some obvious competitive strats because Pickenor is bringing Incineroar every single game, so it makes sense with Milotic. But I'm also seeing Aurora Veil because Dakota's been having some issues with bulk. But, like, honestly, just having Aurora Veil up and just weather to mess up others. I'm not seeing any weather on Pickenor's side, but just having it to be a nuisance to others can be a good strategy nonetheless.
And I think to tag on to what I was saying about these coaches, these are two really competitive coaches. They're both really trying to earn that spot in the conference at this point. And Lampants, they ended up making that Ninetales Milotic trade for Corviknight, and I can't remember what else it was at the moment.
Corviknight,
but that actually improved their matchup into the Disruptive Terrakion just a day before. So it'll be interesting to see how Pickenor actually adjusts going into this matchup, where he didn't exactly have the time to prep for Milotic and Ninetales being brought.
It took me a second.
Primarina. Yes. The Ninetales or the Corviknight and Primarina for the Ninetales and Milotic. That was, I believe, the biggest trade in league history as well. So congratulations to the Lampant and Twin Leaf on deciding on something there. Obviously, the Lampants are 2-1. If they win this game, they knock down Disruptive Terrakion to 3-1, and they get their foot right back into the first seed race for their conference. For the Disruptive Terrakion, they're just trying to extend their lead here, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they do it. If we want to move on to talking about teams, Artemis, I think I can go ahead and give my thoughts on that since you already gave yours a little bit.
All right.
I can kick us off.
Hit me with your best shot. What do you got?
Alrighty, so starting off with the Lampants here, they do have a couple of big names here. They got that Charizard X, obviously. This thing's a menace, and if you can get that Ensign down early, this thing can kind of wreak havoc on this team. Outside of a few other problems like Aerodactyl and Garchomp. Garchomp with like a Scarf could be a big issue, and Aerodactyl, he kind of just has a speed tier on you, so you got to be careful about that. But some other big names is that Ninetales, the Sneasler, Milotic. Obviously, Ninetales is setting up Vel, it's setting up Snow. It's gonna kind of be a good offensive middle ground slash support. Then you have this Milotic where it has so many different sets from competitive to Icy Wind sets to Hypnosis. Hypnosis Cool with Muddy Water. That's a big one. And this Milotic's going to be trying to dish a lot of damage into this Disruptive Terrakion team, but it needs to watch out for that Masquerada for sure. And Sneasler, it's just the ultimate support mon. I think we've said it a few times. But yeah, no, this thing, it does what it wants when it wants, and it does it really, really well most of the time.
Yeah. And speaking of, we brought it up like several times, but what we haven't brought up is the fact that yes, me and Dakota did do the trade like just yesterday or last night, but we don't know if Picanor was aware of the trade or was even paying attention. So just seeing Milotic and Ninetales on his team could be a complete throw in the face jump on Picanor.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's definitely it could feel a little bit like sandbagging, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a trade, and we don't really have like an actual deadline before a match or after a match. So it is how it is, and if it becomes a problem in the future, of course we'll change the rules so it's not available.
Oh, he was
But
paying attention, he says. All right. Good to know
but
that he is prepped for this.
I do think that Terruptive Terrakion are going to have a little bit of an uphill battle on their hands here if a couple of win cons go down unfavorably.
Yeah.
For the Terruptive Terrakion side, I think there's a couple big mons here that I want to see. I think Aerodactyl as always. It's great speed control. It's great spread move damage coverage, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great support mon as well. And it takes care of that Sneasler with Dual Wing Beat pretty naturally. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing to look out for there. I think Gallade also is another big name for this Disruptive Terrakion team. We've seen it run support sets a couple times at this point in the season,
Mm-hmm.
but we've also seen it run a little bit of an offensive set. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an offensive Gallade that kind of digs into this Lampens team really nicely.
What?
Like it hits
Mhm.
Cleavor, it hits Sneasler, it can hit Weird Ear pretty well, and everything else is hitting pretty neutral still. So yeah,
Yeah.
no.
What I'm liking into this is a couple of Pokemon that you haven't really dabbled much into. Is this Meowscarada could be a massive threat with just having Protean and U-turn. Being able to change your type and then safely swap out at a whim is really good against this team. Just having that option to just like incoming Blizzard, you can like I don't know what moves Meowscarada really gets, but like you can make yourself
It
not
gets
grass
Flower
type.
Strike, Knockoff, U-turn. I believe
Yeah,
U-turn for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. You can like
Icicle
mhm.
Crash. It's got a very, very big
Yeah,
toolkit
you
that it
can
can
icicle
actually
crash
abuse.
even if it's a resisted hit into Ninetales, and just to turn yourself into an ice type and resist the incoming blizzard. You can do so
Hmm.
much with Meowscarada, but the fact that Arbok over here also has Intimidate. So the Tracheons have two Intimidate users that Incineroar can Intimidate, Parting Shot, Intimidate very easily. Of course, it might be a pain with Milotic on the field, but the option is there.
For sure. Yeah, no, I think I have been sleeping on this Meowscarada, but that was because I was saving it for a little bit later. I thought it was probably one of my top three picks for this Disruptive
Mm-hmm.
Terrakion team. If you want to get into those, actually, we can totally do that. We kind of gave in the team rundown already. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you watching out for this game? Top three for each team.
Top three of each team. I'm going on Dakota's side. Zard X, obviously. Uh, Ninetales and Sneasler for good reason. Sneasler has always just been a menace when not faking out ghost types, but uh, Sneasler's just a good support overall. It's just Sneasler. It stops Aerodactyl from setting up Tailwind. It a good counter into Meowscarada without Protean, because I'm pretty sure Sneasler outspeeds. It's good as just another support. Kind of stops anybody what they're doing. Um, but on the Tracheon side, I'm looking at Aerodactyl. That Tailwind is going to be real nasty, kind of the deciding factor. Uh, and you know what? I'm going to say Arbok and Incineroar for that Intimidate Parting Shot combo I just mentioned.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's going to be a big situation that the Disruptive Terrakion need to take advantage of. They have two Intimidate Mons there, And being able to cycle those through should be able to mitigate a lot of what the Lavender Town Lampoon's physical attackers are looking to do.
Mm-hmm. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Arbok also has the move in Dragon Tail, which allows you to swap out a Pokemon, doesn't it?
I believe maybe so. I know it gets Trailblaze for sure. I don't actually know the entire bag for Arbok. I've just never played with it that much.
Yeah, neither have
But
I, but it's been one of those Pokemon that I've looked at, that it was funny, and then just looked.
yeah, but like
Well,
I feel like this Terruptive Terrakion team's got a little bit of secrets to it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be bringing every 6mon that he has. I think
Picanor
for
sharing
me,
strats in chat. Mind games with Picanor every single time.
but yeah, I think if I can get my top 3 for each team, I gotta go Cleavor, Milotic, and I kind of want to see the Weird Ear do something. I think the Weird Ear has a good shot at doing something too, just because it gets that Intimidate. It's getting good spread support into this majority physical attacker team, if not all physical attacker team. And so I'm excited to see what it can do. I've already given my reasons for Milotic, but it's very versatile and it plays really nicely into the Intimidate matchups. So it's going to be a matter of making sure that Milotic just doesn't go down to a Meowscarada before it gets out there.
I got you.
And then for me, Cleavor, I think Spikes is the difference between the Terruptive Terrakion winning this game and losing this game, actually. Just because it puts so much pressure on Terruptive Terrakion to get damage out faster than normal. So, yeah, no, those are my 3 for the Lavender Town Lampent. And then on top of that, I think Cleavor actually hits like a truck.
Yeah.
With the right investment. So I'm excited to see if it can do anything here. It's definitely an interesting bring. The Terruptive Terrakion, though, my top 3, it's going to have to be, I want to see what Aerodactyl can do. Obviously, it's a Mega. It should be the most expected mon to like carry its weight. And then Link is live, by the way. And then I got Gallade and I got Meowscarada, to be honest. I think Meowscarada is an interesting pick just because of how much utility it's got. And Gallade, I've kind of already laid it out, and I just like Gallade into this matchup.
Okay, fine. Let me go.
How we doing with the stream? You can get
right here.
Yep. Make sure to scroll in.
Let me mute this. Start this.
Yep. But yeah, do they have timer on yet?
No, they don't.
Good. Can you scroll in? We do see the Protect come out from this Aerodactyl. The Gallade does get faked outed. Tailwind comes out from that Cleavor. There's just a lot of good momentum for Dakota and the Lampens here early on. Can you switch which side we're viewing so I don't get thrown off?
Yeah, no, you're right. I was not paying attention.
Now turn 2, we're in a situation where Sneasler, Cleavor are in Tailwind, and we got Gallade and Aerodactyl still kind of just sitting here waiting to get their side set up. It's very interesting to see that Protect come out from Aerodactyl, just because it could have matched that Tailwind, but now if he manages to survive another turn, Incineroar will come out here actually, and the Arbok comes out for the double Intimidate. The Cleavor will not take any though, and the White Herb will get rid of it. And Kojin comes out into that Cleavor, hits a Stone Axe, picks up the one-hit KO into the Incineroar. This is great momentum for Dakota early on here.
Crazy turn right there. Trying to pull off the double Intimidate and then instantly failing because of Clear Amulet, along with coaching Stone Axe for the Oko, so he can't really get off a parting shot into Sneasler either. That is just massive.
1000%. If I'm in Dakota's shoes right now, I'm just happy I got rid of that Incineroar immediately. That takes care of the game. Garchomp will come out here next to that Arbok. This Tailwind's still up, and that Cleavor is at +1 in attack and defense thanks to that coaching from Sneasler here. What are we thinking here, Artemis?
Honestly, I don't really know much about Arbok to begin with. I honestly just think that we're going to see a Dire Claw into this Garchomp just to try to get status on it. But on top of that, we might just see another Stone Axe just to get more rocks up or spikes.
We see Rock Tomb come out here to get its speed dropped here. U-turn hits like a truck into that Garchomp thanks to the boosts. What is Dakota switching in here now? It will be the Weird Ear getting the Intimidate drop. Stomping Tantrum will go into Sneasler, but thanks to that Intimidate drop, it doesn't matter. Glare comes out from that Arbok, paralyzing the Weird Ear though.
This Para Weird Ear is going to be pain in Dakota's shoes, but honestly, seeing how slow Weird Ear is, the only debuff that we're really getting is that chance to actually para. And as long as RNG is on his side, I don't think it matters.
I think so too. I think, here's the situation, if it's me. This Weird Ear has so much pressure. It can hit into this Arbok slot, it can hit into the Garchomp slot as well. It does come Breaking Swipe out here from the Garchomp, and another Breaking Swipe from the Arbok, just dropping those attacks some more. Cleavor did come out for Dakota though, so it didn't actually get any drops on there thanks to that Covert Cloak.
It's clear Amulet actually, and honestly, I'm shocked that they're trying to lower Cleavor's attack at all when shown.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little bit interesting here. Sorry for that item miscall, by the way. If you're in this situation now, Picnor is looking like he's undersped by this. Oh, no. Garchomp goes out here, Gallade will come in, Tailwind comes up once again, but the Glare comes out from that Arbok, paralyzing it, and we see the Roar drag out that Aerodactyl, and that's a good amount of chip from those stones here. Gallade also taking chip, but its lefties do get it back to 91, or 94.
Yeah, just that Roar is such a funny move that I don't think gets utilized super often because there's just better moves, but we see the Mega
Aerodactyl come out here. It misses Rock Slide into the Weird Ear, but it picks up the KO onto that Cleaver slot. Life Dew comes out from that Gallade, and the Para comes out from the Weird Ear, really kind of stunting this Dakota momentum. Snow Warning will come out here though. We should be expecting an Auroravel or a Auroravel, I think is what we kind of want to see here.
Yeah, I mean, we could also easily go Blizzard, seeing how Cleavor did put up Tailwind, but I think that Aurora Veil is the go-to move here, and that is what we
Milotic is
but
in
Brick
Aurora
Break comes
Veil
out
now.
to get rid of it.
That's so big if you're Picnor right now.
Yeah.
You just needed to take care of that Aurora Veil. This Milotic is obviously in now. It is going to be having a little bit of offensive pressure just as a Milotic. But we're going to have to see what Dakota brought out here to see how it affects the field. Garchomp will switch back in here. Coil
and we
comes
get that
out.
Coil up, which
it's
means
looking to be the Coil Hypnosis set so far. The Weird Ear will come back in here though. It's still paralyzed, but it can do a couple of things here with the Intimidate drop, namely. But we'll have to see what Dakota decides to do here.
And
Breaking Swipe comes out, gets a drop, gives him the boost. Milotic is now at +2. Icy Wind goes through. It's not going to matter, probably thanks to that boost as well. And Life Dew just heals that Gallade here since that Garchomp goes down. Roar comes out though, and Meowscaradic is forced onto the field here.
Something else that I liking to see, Cleavor is gone, and unless he's running Tailwind on his Charizard, he has no way of getting it up. So he's using Icy Wind to still nerf speed like crazy.
For sure. Now it's a big question. Yep, Milotic will switch out here. Sneasler comes back in, hopefully for the fake out pressure next turn. But we do see the Flower Trick not pick up the KO through the crit into that Sneasler. And Trick Room comes up here. This Weird Ear should be outspeeding every single mon on this field, barring a full para here. And the Sneasler does have some good fake out pressure. It's going to be interesting seeing how Picnor adjusts here. Those Stealth Rocks are really starting to take a toll on his team, and he's just not going to feel that comfortable switching after he keeps doing it over these next few turns. We do see Tim come out. Fake out comes out into the Meowscarada though. Thunderbolt does not do very much into the Arbok. The Meowscarada is flinched thanks to that fake out though. Trick Room has 3 more turns here.
We're also seeing Black Sludge on Arbok just for that little extra healing. We'll see if that matters soon. Sneasler surviving was huge.
Charizard will come out here. Thunderbolt crits into the Meowscarada. It does not do that much, just leaving it at 45% here. U-turn will pick up the KO into that Weird Ear, but this Meowscarada is going to take more chip damage when it comes back into those rocks. Gallade will come out, tanking those rocks easily with the leftovers, and then we have the Black Sludge. This is a very defensive core for Picnor here, and Dakota, he has Charizard Milotic. This is a pretty offensive core. Okay, yeah.
That is if you're not running support Lotic.
Yeah. We do see Sneasler switch back in here. Player goes into that Milotic pretty easily, but we see the coil come back out for Dakota here. He's just showing that he does not care right now. And the Sneasler was unharmed, so it does get a free fake out here. It's going to be interesting to see if there's a Hypnosis coming out here, because that could really steamroll the game and the Lavender Town Lampins
but we see a Scald.
Scald will come out. Very interesting. Flinch comes out, and there's a bunch of healing going off from all these leftovers of Black Sludge.
We
do see Ninetales come back out here, though.
Now, if I'm Dakota, I would hit a Blizzard because Gallade still is running that Brick Break and might hit again. So I'll just try to go more
preferably if you have Moonblast, that is the better play here. But I could see Icy Wind come out here. Speed drops. It doesn't really matter. Poison Jab doesn't pick up the KO, but it does get the poison. And Brick Break picks up the KO into that Ninetales. Now it's just Charizard and this Milotic on this field trying to finish out this game here.
Dakota's is in a pretty tough spot. A lot of Picnor's Pokemon like Meowscarada and heck even Aerodactyl have barely seen any play. So they're still near full, if not at full. Meowscarada being able to just change its type on a whim and swap out because of how
we do see the Mega come out here with the Dragon Dance from this Charizard though. Psycho Cut not doing that much, leaving it at 51. We do see the Glare come out, halving its speed, the full Parrot into the Milotic, shifting the momentum back into Picnor's favor big time here.
Yeah. It's just not looking good for Dakota at all. All it really takes is just some hyper offensive pressure.
We do see another full Parrot in that Charizard slot. And Breaking Swipe will lower that attack for both Mons, but we do see the competitive spike here. Psycho Cut will pick up the KO into that Charizard, and I believe this Meowscarada can just clean up the game now into this Milotic slot.
Yeah,
thanks
even
to
if
Milotic going through the grid.
Even if Milotic takes out Arbok and Glade this turn, Meowscarada just cleans up no problem.
Psycho Cut not doing enough. Poison Jab not doing enough either, but we are seeing just Icy Winds come out here.
Are we thinking that this is... No, because we see the coil, so it can't be choice.
Flower Trick should just pick up the KO, and it does. That is another win for the Terruptive Terrakion and Picnor. Congratulations, Picnor, and well played, Lavender Town Lampin Dakota.
Well played indeed. This was a very interesting matchup. First game with his new Pokemon, and they did what they could. Although they didn't... Dakota didn't really do what he wanted to do. He wanted to use Aurora Veil so many times, but that Brick Break just being on Gallade was too much of a threat to risk it more than once. Milotic did thin out the herd quite a bit, but just having Icy Wind spam was not really much that he can do. Picnor cannot do the interview as of today, which is sad. We'd love to hear his thoughts on it, but like, there's more options.
Instant replay for me. Instant replay.
Yep.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I think what happens here is like early in the game, Dakota grabs all the momentum off of a good fake out protect into the tailwind here, sets up good momentum early here. Tailwind comes out, and that sets up this Cleave Org kind of for whatever it wants to do here. And we do see the coaching come out here, and it really helps into this Ensign matchup. And this is where I thought Dakota might have control of the game, but it just didn't end up happening just because of a lot of good positioning by the Disruptive Terrakions, I believe.
Yeah. The Terrakions definitely had way better positioning, and we have the king of RNG, Picnor, who's always getting the stat drops and everything, but didn't really work in his favor against that competitive Milotic.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's a situation where Nervous Cervix just couldn't get that Meowscarada off the field so Milotic could just clean up. And that was really the biggest part of this game, where it was a downfall for Dakota and the Lavender Town Lampins. A lot of the stuff before it was in Dakota's favor as well, but just not being able to get Veil up, getting denied Veil, getting denied everything you needed to get your win con set up just in the end game there cost him a lot of momentum and eventually the game.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. This is not blah 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 English, please. They both played very well, but in the end, it was just a matter of who had the better swap-ins and who had
the better RNG.
the
I would
better
believe is
RNG.
another massive factor in here, just because you can't. There's nothing you can do against a full para.
Yeah.
Full paras, and you got two back to back. That is a very, very unlucky turn of events for you, especially when the game started off so bright. But what can you do? RNG is a part of the game, and while I'm sure the Lavender Town Lampins would like to have a few of those turns back, it's not worth dwelling on. Time to move on to week 5.
Yeah, I feel ya. There's always more games in the future. You have one block in your road. You can't really just move it. You just kind of have to walk around and continue. Don't even know what I was saying, but whatever.
For sure.
But I wanted to say something. What the hell?
It's all good. I'm ready to wrap up if you are. I think we've kind of talked about the game. The game was pretty straightforward, actually. A lot of it was just RNG.
Yeah, it was a lot RNG, and like Pickenor says, luck is a skill. But like you can only do so much when you're full parad, when you're stealth rocks. That's what I wanted to say. That Stone Axe just putting up rocks and it not doing what Dakota would have liked it to do. Not as much chip into that Aerodactyl specifically.
Yeah.
Weirder kept using Roar to swap in, step on rocks over and over again, and it just wasn't happening. That lefties on Gallade and the Black Sludge on Arbok was just kind of preventing that big time. It was just not going in Dakota's favor.
We just see it here. Like, there's not much you can do. Like, Meowscarada is still alive. You have 4 Mons, but how long are they really going to last here? Just because, Pickenor has the speed tiers in his advantage, and you just don't have much that's outspeeding him. And with that glare just mucking things up for you in the speed tiers anyways, I think that's where you just gotta pray for some good RNG and push through.
Yeah, I got you.
I was surprised on how little that poison jab did. I was very interested in that. I was expecting a little more.
Well, if you're running like support with Aurora Veil and all that, maybe some Icy Wind like we saw earlier, then you're going to be doing mass bulk A9. We didn't see a single Blizzard or a Moonblast. We didn't see a Dazzling. I'm assuming that it was just a full-on bulk support A9 instead of having much offense.
I feel like if you're the Lampins, if you're really like looking back and reflecting on this matchup, you're wishing he brought a Scarf offensive Ninetales here, just because it deals with so many of these threats so well. And obviously, it's one of those things you just gotta get back to it, and maybe you'll get to play him again.
The item of choice I feel like that A9 had would have been light clay, because just having those extra turns of Aurora Veil, if Brick Break didn't wreck it, would be absolutely huge. Even if snow went away, Aurora Veil stays up, and you can save A9 for a rainy day again.
Yeah. Well, I think I've spoken my piece a
Mm-hmm.
little bit over a few times now, and I'm ready to sign up. So this is Klomp signing off. Thank you for hosting yet another stream for me, Artemis.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Of
a
course.
very, very big situation, and I appreciate you as always for just helping out the DLP the best you can each and every week.
Yep.
And of course, shout out to all of our viewers and our community. It means a lot to me that y'all tune in at all, and it means a lot to me that you play your games and are okay with them being streamed. So yeah, no.
I am perfectly okay with helping you whenever I can. I try to work stuff into my schedule to help you guys. I love the community. I love all you guys. And I do appreciate the people who say, yeah, sure, let's do this on stream, because it will absolutely help us expand our community in the long run. And it's just great. It's just a great place to hang, even if you're on the sidelines and not even playing all that much, but like you're
Yeah,
just
no, I
part of
think
the community. It's just a great place to be.
Let's give a big round of applause for the Disruptive Trachyon and the Lavender Town Lampins on a pretty good showing here.
Big round of
Yeah.
applause.
Alrighty, Artemis, if you want to sign out, we can.
Yeah.